Yo, what's up guys, Grumps here again, and today finally with that striker build I'm running in last stand, 6k, probably way behind everybody else, but I made something different in that build and I'm standing strong behind it. That's the build which I called, oh Grumps, why do you wear 552 critical hit chance, bro? You don't know nothing about this game, man. Headshot damage for the win, yo. It's not. So what I believe and what stands behind as a I don't know, like a main thing behind this build is basically if you don't do critical hit, like if you don't have critical hit chance and you don't do those critical hit damage, it doesn't matter how big your critical hit damage is gonna be, it's never gonna adjust, add any damage to your build because you don't do those damage shots, right? Difference is with headshot damage is based on is also applied to your base damage, so you don't need necessarily to crit. But I still believe that running crit chance instead of crit damage or headshot damage on an AR is probably one of the best things you can do to chunk people down. You're gonna see in a gameplay later on a really strong build. I believe in it. You might not agree, but I'm putting it out there so people can make their own opinion. So make sure you drop a comment below of how bad I am. So let's get straight to this build. Vicious responsive fears because I cannot unlock it as a primary or secondary talent, so it have to be a third talent. It requires electronics. Vicious, some people might not agree, but it's kind of working the same as Unforgiving. It's just the other way around, right? So you have to keep yourself over 2 bars of health to get that bonus working, right? When Unforgiving, you want to keep yourself below those 2 bars of health, right? And it's kind of like more tricky, probably even doing more damage. But since you constantly heal yourself with Striker, you constantly heal yourself with Station, you will be always putting yourself over those 2 bars, and that's the time when your Vicious is gonna kick in, and that's the time when you're gonna actually do some damage. So you start shooting with a guy, you start trading, you get some stacks, you use your Station, get yourself over 2 bars of health, and then chunk guy down, and he probably won't even realize what the fuck just happened. The secondary gun is Showstopper. Responsive deadly might be something else. Haven't even checked Vicious or something like a different talent over here, so I'm just staying with that. What I use Showstopper for is just to get quick stacks on mobs or enemies or whatever else, and then I swap for lightweight because it just crits more and do more damage. Brutal, deadly, determined, sawed-off shotgun. That's just like a really nasty build. I made a couple of shots with that sort of shotgun, to players when I was like 100 stacks, and it actually hits pretty hard, but it's mainly used to get determined and cooldowns a little bit faster. Not using predatory because I would have to put 1 electronic mods in last stand. I'm not also using sustain or anything else because I believe that if that's gonna be your last resort weapon, it should have some damage talents. Could be responsive over here or something else if if I could roll it too, but I'm just keeping like that. If it comes to my gear, I have chest piece with firearms, health, exotic damage, resilience, ammo capacity, and stamina, exotic damage, resilience mods. Backpack is firearms, health, bleed resistance, and firearms with critical hit chance and pulse critical hit damage mods. Then I have critical hit chance, burn resistance, stamina on my mask, and the mods are stamina plus exotic damage resilience, assault rifle, critical hit damage, critical hit chance, stamina, striker gloves, Kneepads, firearms, health, bleed, shock, disrupt. I believe that those are the most annoying ones right now. That's why there is no burn over here. Might be wrong actually, but I can always reroll disrupt to burn. Basically what I think is when I'm burning, I don't necessarily have to medkit all the time. When I disrupt, most of the times it's because I'm in a fight, so I have to medkit. So resistance to disrupt, if I know that I have to medkit for it or use station, it's probably not gonna be very well used, so I might swap it to burn, but that's like completely up to you guys and your gameplay. And the holster with critical hit chance as well, and of course, you know, main 3 stats that give us around firearms around 6.8, stamina around 6.4. This also drops down to 6.4, 6.3, and 6.0 in last stand, so make sure of that. Also, the stats, so basic critical hit chance with vicious, that's 40% without pulse. So my pulse basically does around 7.3, 7.5, let's say. So when I lose vicious but the guy is pulse, technically I don't lose nothing. But when I pulse and I have vicious on me, that's almost 50% critical hit chance, almost 50% critical hit chance on your assault rifle. So make sure of that. You don't have to be close to your enemies. You can actually pick them from, you know, from like a mid range. You burst them like really quick, and with stacks you just like annihilate enemies. You just like erase them. So yeah, that's my answer for, you know, how not to use house. If it comes to the mods on the guns, this is critical hit chance, critical hit damage, headshot damage, hollow sight 552, the one which everyone is laughing from. Critical hit damage, reload speed, stability on an underballer. Suppressor is critical hit damage, headshot damage, critical hit chance, and magazine size with reload speed and rate of fire. I could technically put magazine with critical hit chance and rate of fire, but I do believe that reload speed is gonna actually help me way more than putting 3% critical hit chance on the mag. If it comes to the showstopper, we have critical hit damage and critical hit damage, accuracy, reload speed, and that's pretty much it. I enjoy this build. Oh, we can actually go for the talents as well. I forgot. On the move, precision, which is also giving you additional critical hit chance, on the move, like I said, critical save and combat medic in group, which is I am playing in a group in last stand, but sometimes I swap to strike back if I feel like I'm running mostly solo. Or you can also try adrenaline if there's a lot of players running around and using like you know, shock turrets or fire turrets or whatever else. And of course the abilities, immunizer and pulse with blue. Sometimes I swap to green or tackling. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, now we're done. Thank you so much for all your support. I hope you will like this build. I like it a lot. I believe in it. You don't have to. Drop me a comment below, like I said. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for overwhelming support on Twitch. Thanks for, you know, keeping up with my grumpiness, and I'll see you guys next time. Yo, mom! Yo, I finished that trash critical hit chance build. Yeah, it's trash. Worthless. I have to get better. Maybe I will shoot this headlight and I will get better. Mom, I'm good!
Turret activated at Alpha.
Hostiles have taken Charlie. Hostiles have just taken the lead. We've taken Alpha. Your spawn relay has been enabled.
I can't think in this.
Pulse has been enabled at Alpha. Turret has been activated at Alpha. is active. Boosts are available in 1 minute. 10 seconds until tactical boost availability.
Data's at 50% and rising.
You took a wrong turn. Jesus! Oh, crap!
Bravo's now neutral. Points for kills is now live. Taking control of Bravo. Points multiplier has been activated by the opposition. Bravo has gone neutral. hostiles. Bravo's neutral.
Points for kills is now available.
Bravo's under hostile control. We've taken Bravo. Points for kills is online for the enemy. Hold them off for 5 more minutes.
Point multiplier has become available.
Bravo's confirmed neutral. Score 1 for us.